Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. The lighting in this room is the best lighting in the house, hence why I always start the videos in this room. But I just wanted to pop in and say a massive thank you to everyone who's been watching, liking, commenting, subscribing. If you're interacting with my channel at all, I just want to say a massive thank you because it really helps me out and I really do appreciate it. So thank you for everyone who takes the time out of their day to watch little old me. So big thank you to that. This week is going to be a very busy week. We've got a lot of planting to do in the garden. I want to get it ready for next year. I've got some bulbs that I ordered. I want to get rid of some plants. So a lot of things to do in the garden. We were then very kindly invited to go to the Dorchester, which if you've never been is a lovely hotel in London. So really excited to go there. Never been there before, but that should be really lovely. I believe we're having drinks at the Vespa bar and then dinner at the grill, which sounds incredible. Very lucky to have been invited there, and I'm going to try and take you with me, which should be fun. And then we've got some other things to do. Chad's got a doctor's appointment in Canary Wharf, really boring stuff, but as we're vlogging daily life, you guys are going to come with me. So yeah, a lot of things to do this week. Hello YouTube. So we're just about to go into the garden. When I say we, I mean me, because Chad doesn't do any gardening.
Of course not. That's peasant work.
The other day, Chad ordered some bulbs from Sarah Raven. Can you see me?
Sadly.
Oh.
Actually, your top of your head's sliced off.
Chad,
have a seat.
Because I'm so tall, 6'3".
5'9".
I feel like I'm doing a
Short king.
a tutorial. What was I going to say? Yeah, I'm going to go plant some bulbs in the garden. It's that time of year if you want to plant some alliums for early spring. Other bulbs? I don't know what other bulbs are. Irises, are they bulbs? I'm not sure. But basically, plant your spring bulbs in September, October. That's what I do, and it's always worked.
Is that what you do, is it?
Yes.
September.
Always. This is currently October. What are we on? The 14th of October? 18th of October?
Yeah.
But basically, getting back to the point, we have some allium bulbs that we need to plant. We ordered 3 different lots. I don't know the smaller one. I'm just going to insert the name on the screen right now because I can't pronounce it. The other 2 are Purple Sensations and then Christophii.
Which is the gigantium one?
No, we haven't got those. Do you want to come into the camera? Because people are going to say, why am I talking to myself?
Yes, I guess.
So Chad's just drinking his daily cup of tea.
Peppermint tea.
A bit of peppermint tea.
It's good for digestion.
Why would you like to sit down? What was I saying?
So there's three different variations. They vary in size, colour, and shape.
Yeah, they vary in size. The average ones are called Purple Sensations, and you've got Christophii. Christophii are the ones that sort of open up and they have larger leaves. I saw a tip from Sarah Raven a few years ago on her website that if you spray paint them gold and then chuck them into a Christmas tree, they make like natural baubles, which I think is quite cool. I didn't save any this year though. They didn't seem to do that well this year, did they?
No, not many things did well this year.
I think the issue that I had this year was that I planted them last year maybe too shallow, which leads on to my next thing. Can you pass me a little contraption, please? I've always never had one of these. Yeah, I've never had one of these before. If you've never heard of this, it's an auger. It basically is a drill bit that you put onto your drill and then it drills up the ground for you. So I'm going to go and plant 90 bulbs right now, and the reason I've been putting it off is...
I should say, you didn't give that justice. So the benefit of that tool is it goes to the perfect depth where they won't die from being soggy. Because a lot of people just put bulbs too short and then the rain gets them and they don't come up. So this is like no effort, you just drill it in, shove it in, it's at the perfect depth.
Chad's acting like he knows what he's talking about because I've said this 3 times to my camera, but my camera died, so now we're filming.
You didn't take your moment, I'll steal your moment. That's fine.
Yeah, but basically you're meant to plant your allium bulbs 3 times the depth of the size of the bulb. So this seems to be the right size, but this is such a good contraption. I'm really excited to go and use this.
Also, just to say that Sarah Raven bags as well, really affordable. Basically, there's 70 bulbs, 3 different variations, and it was like £28 including delivery. So
which is really
cheap as
good.
chips.
And also they're just like a really lovely way to break up the window.
Get your fat ass off that.
I just broke our chair. Oh my god!
It's an antique chair. You think you can put your whole weight against it? This is what I'm dealing with.
Oh my god! I just broke our
This is the ass you don't see behind
I've
camera.
literally just put my knee on this wicker.
It's a good job I don't like them.
Yeah, we don't actually like them. That's not very good though.
So if anyone's in the market for some wicker chairs,
Oh, I'm really upset about that.
this is character. It's not damage.
My sister actually sat on one last Christmas and fell to the floor because it just broke.
Do you know why?
I just broke that on
People
camera.
were a lot smaller and slimmer back in the day, so these chairs were sturdy. That's not applicable today.
I'm actually really upset that's just broken. I'm going to plant some bulbs. I'm going to maybe put these into my truck. I bought a truck yesterday from an antique shop. But yeah, I'm just going to take this outside, plant it. I'm going to set you up on a time lapse. Let's go.
Also, thank you for all the amazing comments about how handsome, smart, sensible. I look like George Michael when he was younger.
When he was younger.
Very appreciated. Ashley was very angry that I got more attention. So in this video, please do comment below once again, and you'll love that.
Some people need attention. Also, what is with this weather? Is everyone else in the UK experiencing like the nicest weather in October? It's absolutely boiling. There you go. Hello everyone. I think the last time you would have seen me was in the last clip, which should have been me in the garden planting allium bulbs. It turns out that the drill battery was dead, so I couldn't do that then. So that's going to be a part of today. Thank you, Dougal. What we're going to do, we need to head on over to Canary Wharf first because Chad has a doctor's appointment. I would like to do some shopping downstairs, and then I might head on over to the garden centre later to do a little task that I've been wanting to do for ages, which is fill the bathtubs in the side alley. I don't know if I've ever shown you the bathtubs in the side alley, but I wanted to plant them over the winter with some winter interest plants, some evergreens, maybe some herbs. We'll see what the garden centre has to offer, but every time I look at that dining room window, it's making me quite depressed. So I want to tackle that today. So plan of the day, Canary Wharf first, garden centre, and then I also might show you the spare bedroom, as it's nearly done. It's been wallpapered. We still have a few more things to do, but it's been wallpapered. So I'm going to give you an update on that. But first, we're going to go to Canary Wharf. Hello everyone, we are back from shopping. I'm going to show you a few of the little bits that I bought today. I look very orange because Chad's playing his game with the lights coming off it. Is that better? Slightly. Yeah, so we bought some things over the past few days. I also mentioned in another video, Chad, you're in the shot.
Spider-Man.
We also mentioned in another video, that we went to Ochre the other day and we bought some bits from Ochre. So let's start with the homey stuff because that's what you're here for. So the other day, Chad and I like to go into Chelsea. Obviously, we live in East London, but in Chelsea and along the King's Road, there are a few lovely shops and some of them are home shops. So we actually went into an Ochre store there. And if you don't know what Ochre is, it's like a homeware brand that's on the more expensive side, but it has some lovely like staple pieces. And there's been a few things in there for a long time that we've wanted to buy, including some placemats and coasters. We actually bought the coasters, which are in these lovely dark, like rattan wicker fabric. We got, I think, 8 of these. I think there's a sale on currently. I think it's at 20% off everything. But these were around...
It was £40 for 4, so 80 for 8.
It's quite expensive. So £80 for 8 coasters. However, they are lovely and I do think they'll last a very long time.
They'll last forever.
I don't think you'll ever replace these, yeah. So they are an investment piece, but they are lovely. We did also want to get the placemats, but they're the exact same circular. The only ones they had in stock were the square ones. So if I can find them online, I'll link them in the description. I'll link everything in the description, but I'll link the circular ones in the description as well, because I think they're coming back in stock in February, the guy said in the shop, so hopefully they'll be coming back. And then it's also in the same theme, but this is for the bedroom. Some of you might think this is quite granny. One of our neighbours came over the other day and she said, oh, I used to have one of those back in, how old is she? Like 73?
When she said her grandmother had like the plague or something. It was some ancient disease. Was it
Spanish flu? But yeah, this was the next part. It's a really beautiful rattan wicker, either or. The lighting's a bit funny here. It's a really sturdy like tray table, and this on a bed styled would look really beautiful. So I think open book, some like coffee on a mug, coffee mug on a stand, some little bits, some styling pieces on a bed. This would look really lovely. So picked up one of these. I believe this was £175, not in the sale, £125 in the sale. So again, it's a very expensive piece. However, it doesn't come across as sturdy, but this is a hefty piece of
and do you know what?
table.
It's not cheap. Like you can tell it's made good quality. It's heavy. It's resilient. Like again, you get what you pay for. Like you could get one for £70 IKEA or somewhere, but it'll break in 2 years.
That was the first part. So we got 8 of the coasters, 1 of these.
So every morning I want my coffee on the left, orange on the right, and breakfast in the centre, and then a little napkin.
We've been watching Downton Abbey at the moment, and I think Chad thinks I'm one of
You're Carson.
the servants, which isn't the case. However, I will bring coffee every morning. I don't mind doing that.
Very kind.
Then we've also popped into, what shall I do next?
Penhaligon?
No, I'll do White Company first. We then popped into the White Company. I did a video about this a few months back on a few of my channels.
Everyone loved it.
Everyone loved this, and not a lot of people knew that these were a thing.
Oh, can we start by just saying no ads?
Oh yeah, this is not sponsored.
Not
this
paid.
is just the brands that we buy from. I'm sharing with you guys because I know you guys will love it. Let me just cut to opening this really quickly because I hate when people speak and it goes.
Why don't we remind them what it looks like?
Ooh, here's an overshot of what it looks like. Right, cut 2. Here we are, unopened. Unopened, opened. So this is a motion sensor plug-in diffuser. So it's this lovely little thing that comes with a little like vial on the inside that you fill with your fragrance of choice. I always use the White Company fragrances because, in my opinion, they're just the best. They're all natural, so they don't affect Dougal, they don't affect the air quality, and they just smell lovely. And they really do last in the house, don't they? Every room you walk into, you can smell it. All of their scents come in these tiny little fragrance oil bottles, and you just cat this into here. When you walk past it, it sets off. I have 3 favourite scents. My first is Tuscan Grove. Tuscan Grove, really beautiful scent. I'm not sure what the notes are. Oh, here we are. Neroli, Orange Blossom, and Bergamot. This one is a really lovely all-rounder scent. It used to be my favourite used to be Seychelles. However, I think I've converted to a Tuscan Grove. So I think, get the home spray, test it out. I think these are £18. Oh, it's quite expensive. £18 for the home spray. But they're really lovely just in each room. Tuscan Grove, Seychelles, and for the winter, winter. So I picked up a winter fragrance oil that will go into that diffuser. And then I also picked up a winter home spray. And if you wanted to know what the notes are of the winter spray, it's cinnamon, clove and orange. But I think we all know the White Company winter scent because of the winter candles, the big candles that have all the bits in it. This is the scent that you'll be smelling. So every time you come to the house, this smell comes right at you and it's beautiful. And it's really funny because over the past however many months that we've had builders in the house, Chad, how many people have like complimented the smell? Whether it's like the postman, builder, neighbour, every time you open the door, because ours is right next to the front door, the smell just like wafts up and it greets you and it's beautiful. So I bought that electronic diffuser for the upstairs hallway, which is sort of at the same point in the house, but for the hallway upstairs. And that's all I got from the White Company. I want to say this was £65. I think, what does the receipt say? I want to say it was £65 and it was £65. Another little tip, if you're a regular White Company shopper, if you register for their emails, I'm not sure if you have to register on the website or in a store, but when you get your emails, at the bottom of every email, there'll be a discount code. So every time you go into the White Company, if you give them the bottom of that email, the discount code, you get 15% off every purchase. And no one knows about that. I didn't know about that. And I've been shopping at the White Company for years. So I could have saved a lot of money. So I'm now a financial channel as well. Save your money when buying home goods. And then I went on to Chad and my favourite fragrance shop. If you know that Penhaligon's probably has some of the best fragrances. I believe they're all unisex fragrances. Obviously, there's different scents for everyone's different preferences.
We like quite a musky, masculine scent.
Yeah. Woody, oaky.
Woody, oody, anything that's kind of leather.
Yeah.
We don't like sweet. So, in fairness, these won't be applicable for many women.
Can I come onto the camera?
Maybe.
Step back though, because the lighting.
Look at the light.
Step back, just step back.
I feel like Jesus. These won't be.
Just literally step back a little bit. There you go.
Okay. These won't be suitable for many women, but if you have a husband, I'm sorry, no, if you have a husband, they'll love these scents. So if you're thinking Christmas, you want your partner to smell well, and you think they will like that kind of masculine, woody leather tone, I'd highly recommend these two.
Yeah. I'll just shout out, we normally go for, my normal fragrance is Halfetti, which is like a leathery, woody fragrance. And then you normally have the Tragedy of Lord George, which again sounds very pompous, but it's a really lovely, lovely fragrance. And we actually went to a Penhaligon's event a few weeks ago, and it was in celebration of the Dandy, which is a new fragrance, which I'll talk about in a second. However, Penhaligon's is one of those brands that they have a real like story behind every fragrance. So we actually met a guy called Dom. He talks you through all of the perfumes and like the notes behind it. And all I remember is him talking about this one, the one that I really like, this scent here, Sartorial. He was basically depicting like someone off Savile Row, the smell of like paper, the office. I can't remember the exact way he was like describing it, but as I smelt this, I smelt everything he was talking about. And it was bizarre. So I highly recommend going into a Penhaligon store because their staff do know their stuff. But yeah, I bought this. No, sorry, you bought this one. It's quite fresh. It's like you've just had a shower, but like a very luxurious shower. And you sprayed yourself. Oh, that's really powerful. Really, really beautiful scent. So if you were a lady and you like the scent of offices in Savile Row, then go for this. But if you have a husband and you're thinking about Christmas presents, I really honestly think these fragrances are such a good investment. They last a very long time. You only need one spray, and for the whole day, you're smelling nice. And then for myself, I got a really beautiful fragrance. We actually went to this event, as I just mentioned, when they were like celebrating it. And imagine whiskey in a perfume. That's how I would describe this, no?
Yeah.
It's just beautiful. It's like really wintry, like warm, whiskey, oaky fragrance. And again, you just need one spray. I put two on. Oh, it's so beautiful. Obviously it settles down to like a different scent, but really beautiful, really, really lovely. So Dandy is split into three. So the head note is whiskey, the heart note is cedarwood, and the base note is oakwood. So again, it's a really oaky fragrance, really whiskey, very rich, really winter appropriate. And when I smell this, I just think of, I don't know, like being next to a fire in like a Christmas jumper, but like a sophisticated Christmas jumper with like black tie. That's how I envisage this smell. Really beautiful, highly recommend if you have a husband or if you want to try this yourself. It is unisex, so I think this is a really interesting fragrance for women, because not a lot of women smell quote unquote masculine, but it's really interesting if you want someone to stop you in the street. If you were wearing this, I'd say, I'm so sorry to bother you, but what are you wearing? I need to use that. So yeah, that's called the Dandy. I'm going to leave it linked below. Chad got sartorial, which head note cardamom, heart note lavender, and base notes patchouli. So a bit different, not what you'd expect from this fragrance. But again, it's quite fresh. It's still got that oaky, I wouldn't call it oaky, it's still got that woody tone to it. I know I said I was going to go to the garden centre earlier, but my sister's just messaged to say that we're going to go to... She's asked to see if I can go to IKEA with her. So whilst we're at IKEA, I'm going to head over to the garden centre from there. So we're going to go to IKEA, have a little wander around and see if there's anything new. Didn't know this was going to turn into an IKEA vlog. It's not somewhere I usually go, but I do love an IKEA trip. So I'm going to take you there with me. And then I think tomorrow, depending on if I am able to pick up some plants for the garden, I'm going to be out into the garden and I'm going to be planting the alliums and then the bathtubs. Hopefully they have the plants which I want. I'm planning on putting some skimia, ferns, maybe some ivy, maybe some anemones, and I think that might do for the bathtubs. And some herbs possibly if they have enough large enough herbs like rosemary and mint and stuff. So yeah, we'll see what they have. I think this room belongs to a lady called Elizabeth. She works in Nottingham as an accountant, and she reads Jane Austen to pass the time. She's even got her hairbrushes. So I think this room belongs to a girl called Maisie.
Part-time office, part-time hall.
Yeah, she I can't say that on my YouTube, can I? It gives the illusion of like she's very put together, but her dress is giving different vibe. Actually, to be fair, it's not. She clearly likes that one. She's got it twice. Whose clothes are these? Oh look, she got her summer clothes, hats. Okay, I think this room belongs either a Benjamin or a Sam. He's very unorganised, but his mum's just made his bed for him. No, Benjamin wouldn't have his own bathroom.
No.
Or kitchen. I thought this belonged to a child.
Benjamin's clothes are in the kitchen.
It's got an old terrace as well.
Oh, look at that. Very sophisticated.
Oh. Benjamin or Sam has clearly had a go at his breakfast. There's even like fake... What?
Our attention to detail.
It's brilliant. Go IKEA. Good morning everyone. We are on the next day now and I woke up really early and went to the gym. I had a nice little gym session. I kept it quite short because I'm not used to going to the gym this early in the morning. So we did a half an hour gym session and then I went into the spa. I did a bit of the steam room, sauna. Then I did the jacuzzi and then had a shower and now I'm here. So a really lovely start to the morning. Very productive considering I don't normally get up till 7. So it currently is now 9 o'clock. That does take quite a while doing all that sort of stuff. So I thought do that first and then whilst I'm in the area, head on over to a garden centre, as I went to the garden centre last night with my sister, but it wasn't too good. So this garden centre here is a little nursery. It's normally quite good. It's got quite a few things that I want. As I mentioned, I want some anemones, some ferns, maybe some skimmia. I'm pretty sure this garden centre has everything, so I'm just going to drive there now really quickly. I've just parked up because it's not even 9 o'clock yet and it only opens at 9, so I don't want to be too keen and just pounce in on them. Oh, just to mention as well, I'm currently trying, what's it called? The guy of Love Island started his own like hair care company, and everyone, when I asked the other day on Instagram for recommendations to like curly hair products for men, they recommended this product. It's called Curly. No, it's not. It's called Wavy, and so many people recommended it. So I'm going to test it out for everyone that's interested. If you have curly hair, I will let you know how it works. But I'm currently liking it. You either leave it in, don't touch it, and it looks a bit wet, or when it dries down, you frizz it up and then it looks like a dry curl. So we're going to test to see how this goes. But just FYI, new hair product, review coming soon. Also, where you have to drive through to get to this garden centre, the house is huge, but they're McMansions, so they look like tiny little American, I don't know if you can see them in the background. It looks like the most bizarre wisteria lane. Not a very nice wisteria lane, but the houses are huge. They're just so close together. I don't know if you can see in the back of the camera, but you can see how big the houses are, and literally they're right next to each other. And they all have their own security. It's so funny. I think footballers must live here, I'm sure. There's literally no one else here. So I'm just gonna hope that they're open, and I'm gonna walk around, but I'm gonna take you guys with me. Righty ho, so I'm back. It's quite cold outside today, so I've got all the layers on. But I'm going to go and show you the side alley. No judgment here. It's been left again to its own devices, and it's quite messy. I don't know if I've ever shown on my YouTube when we got the 2 bathtubs. I think I did. But basically, we just had 2 like old antique-y looking bathtubs down the side alley that were meant to be filled with shade-loving veg over the summer, and I just never got around to it. So today we're going to be planting it with some hopefully shade-loving plants. I just went to a few garden centres, picked up a few bits. There isn't much selection around here, so I've sort of had to work with what I've got. But I just need to go and show you guys the current state, because they are full of water and there's just a few dead plants I've left down there. So a few of the plants I've just bought, as you can see. But this is the current state. There's some like dead verbena down here. I'm sure that something's growing in here. I just chucked in some old plants, but basically the tubs are full of water. I need to clear off all the dead plants down here. I was going to try and paint all of this rendering white, but I think I might skip that today, maybe do that another day. But I need to empty these 2 and then plant all of these plants. Then got some soil that I just bought as well, so I need to fill the tubs with soil and hope that we bought enough soil. Might pop you up somewhere, time lapse you. But the garden's looking rather depressing. Right, hopefully you can see me, but we're having a bit of an issue because they're so full of water, we don't know what to do with it. I think it'll be fine on the gravel, because rain goes on the gravel.
Yeah, but that's a lot of water, and you don't want it going up against the house.
I'm just scared it will like...
So it's fine to do it, but we're going to have to do it in bits. You're going to have to pour some out, let it go into the soil, and then repeat it. If you do it all at once, it's just going to create a tidal wave.
I just don't think we can carry it. Also, this verbena has survived in there for like 6 months, I want to say. That's probably blocking.
Also, it's probably going to discolour the stones, but...
The stones are already discoloured. Also, yeah, that's one thing to mention actually. One thing I didn't realise, Cotswold stone, if it gets damp quite often, goes green. So maybe think about that before getting some Cotswold stone.
So I say we just tip some out and then repeat. Hello, I'm back.
So the only thing I've got is this drill. I'm pretty sure this is a drill bit for brick. I'm pretty sure this is a drill bit for brick, but I'm sure it will work.
Is there one for metal?
I only have one for brick. That's not gonna work.
That's all.
I'm flagging. It's currently 11 minutes past 1 and I'm very tired. Getting up that early and going to do a workout clearly does not agree with me yet. So if I feel a bit drained, that is why.